Good morning, everyone. Sarah here at Three Little Potters, and I am ready to show you my Halloween kiln opening. I have been working on a bunch of Halloween projects for the last week, and it's finally time to open the kiln. So, I have some witches' houses in here. The roofs aren't exactly like what I was expecting, but they look pretty cool. Let's pull them. They're only about 200 degrees right now, but that's still a little hot to touch barehanded. So, all right, house number one. This is micro jade on the roof with midnight on the chimney. I was thinking that that would be a little bit more, I don't know, exciting, but I think it's still sort of like has that creepy cottage in the woods vibe. So, and I put a hole in the bottom for a light so that you can put fairy lights in it. And the chimney's open so that if you wanted to burn incense in it, you could. Okay, house number one. All right, let's pull this. Okay, so this is my first time using Amico Honeydew. That's two coats, two thick coats. So that's one of those that needs three, I guess. And on the inside of this bowl, I have seaweed over honeydew. It's pretty. It's definitely pretty. I have a lot of green glazes that will give me a similar color as that, so that's interesting. Okay. Could have gone a little further with that emerald. So this is our purple here. I did a dip of Seltzer Chun around this section and then a teeny dip of emerald just on the rim. And I actually like the way the emerald looks a little bit more than the Seltzer Chun, so I wish I'd gone a little bit more with that. It's not bad though. Oh, okay. This is honeydew, textured kiwi, and then Victoria green on the inside. I'm surprised that honeydew isn't as green as I was thinking. It's almost kind of like a pink color. Like a yeah, yeah, just it's pretty. I wasn't expecting that. I could have gone with another coat of textured kiwi and you can see some minor glaze imperfections there. All right. My first potion bottle needs a refire. I know better to put this on the top shelf. Chun-Si Foam likes it hotter than it was here. So I've got some micro imperfections in this glaze and it just needs to be on the bottom shelf. Chun-Si Foam likes a really hot cone 6 and my guess is this was not hot enough for it. The good thing about Chun-Si Foam though is if you put it in again, it's one of those glazes that gets really like metallic and perfect on a second firing. So without adding any more, it's going to be pretty. All right, this is my next potion bottle. And these are all going to have stoppers. Hopefully the stoppers will fit. So this is our purple, and I made a new batch of my midnight glaze, which is just a black glaze with a lot of Albany slip in the base recipe. Ooh, let's pull out the first witch. Okay. So if you've seen my angel tutorial video, this is sort of the witchy version with a hat. So I was pretty excited to put together a hat. The dress is midnight on the bottom, and luckily it did not stick to the kiln eggplant on this section. That's Mako's eggplant, and also Mako's shipwreck and Mako's light flux. Yeah, that came out pretty cool, right? Oh. And as usual, I have nowhere to set anything. Okay, potion bottle number 3. This is satin patina and shipwreck on the outside, with a little bit of light flux on the rim, and then it's just a good solid white liner glaze on the inside. Okay, right here you can see a little bit of that satin patina by itself. Mako satin patina is a new glaze for me. I've never used it before, so I'm definitely experimenting with that, seeing what I like. Smoky Merlot and Ancient Jasper. I think I could have used some white in this glaze combo because it's very solidly one color. Well, not really. I mean, there's a lot of variation to it, but I think if I'd highlighted the roof with some white maybe and the door with some white, something to kind of help the different sections, that would be nice. I don't know if I'll be able to lighten it on a refire though. I think that might just be what that one is. Witch, and the last witch. I only made 2 of these witches. They're really pretty though. So this is Midnight and Variegated Dove Gray on the skirt and a little on the hat as well. I feel the iron wash could have been a little darker on these. So this section here is just an iron wash. For my iron wash, I'm using a teaspoon of red iron oxide, a teaspoon of Gerstley borate, and half a cup of water. All right, let's keep going. So this is my biggest house, and the roof is micro jade, and then I did ancient jasper on the chimney, and I did some ancient jasper sort of around the tree and trying to highlight things. I kind of expected the micro jade to be a little bit greener, but I think this is good. I feel like, I don't know, would it have been better with a bright purple roof? Maybe. I don't know. It's got kind of that classic woodland hearth witch kind of vibe, which was what I was going for. So I'm not sure which one I'm going to keep for myself yet. I think I'm going to keep one though. All right. And this one is Satin Patina over Smoky Merlot. So for these, I was definitely trying to do houses that didn't have right angles. I was trying to make them look like they're just sort of been there so long they've started to become part of the forest, sort of giving that sort of vibe. Ooh, this one's my favorite, I think. So this is Fire Brick Red with a layer of seaweed over top. Fire Brick Red is a new glaze for me. A little browner than I was hoping, but it's still really pretty. I like the way that doorway came out on this one. That's nice. Oh, and on the back side, it has a little face. Ooh. Okay. Oh, this is a refire. And it's not a happy situation on the bottom. You probably remembered from the micro ash cup that I said I wanted to put a little bit more here, and I probably should have just left it alone. Now I have some more grinding to do. Okay. Oh my, what happened? No, it's good. It's mostly good. I think this glaze might have been a little bit wet, too wet when I was putting it together. So obviously in the bottom we have winter wood. This center section had a band of satin patina, and the satin patina was pretty wet. This was one of those, oh, we need one more thing to fill this shelf, let's go. And the top section is seaweed, so it's kind of like a sort of a crawl there, but not really. I mean, it's definitely all glazed. It's just, it's pretty. It's pretty. Unexpected. Okay. Oh, this is just a very simple rustic cup. I do series of these sometimes. Some people really like just the super plain glaze that shows the clay body really well through it. And so this is that Laguna 70 clay that I've been having so much trouble with. And this is it with just my Studio White glaze. I think I could have gone a little heavier on the outside, but it definitely really shows off the texture of this clay body. This is honeydew and green tea. So far, not super happy with honeydew. It seems to be one of those that must need a much thicker application, and I already felt like I was putting on a very thick application, so this was just a refire, and it's now all over my shelf. This was unicorn horn, and I put a little bit of cordovan over top of it. I was hoping for something different, and instead I've got a lot of mess on my shelf. Of shame right here. Next shelf is just a half shelf because those houses took up the space of 2 shelves. So there are a lot of ghosts in this kiln because they have been my best seller for the last couple of years around this time of year. So I have a tutorial video on these coming out hopefully this week if I get a chance to edit it. So for these, I'm definitely going for a sense of movement with the body. So almost like a sheet draped around somebody, kind of like moving as they walk forward. No, it's a lot of ghosts, sorry. We could fast forward, I suppose. They are all a little different though. Okay, that's the last one on this shelf. There are more in other shelves. Okay, well, this was a refire. Originally, this was cactus, and I had that little bit of crawling last time, and the crawling was largely just because I had a glob of wet glaze on it when I put it in the kiln. So I just put a little bit of textured kiwi in the center here. So that is good to go. This one had a tiny crawling spot too. I added a little bit more honeydew, which is pretty close to the color it was originally. This honeydew is not honeydew on the outside, that is tauve on the outside. And I believe it originally had autumn purple on the edge. This was Morning Glory, and I put some textured kiwi over it to just kind of give it a little bit more visual interest. This was Midnight and Dove Gray, which you can kind of see on the outside. And then I did just put some honeydew in the middle. I think that looks interesting. And this is Green Stone over Honey Clear, and it just really doesn't like it. I put some honeydew over the green stone to see if I could melt it sort of back together. The original piece crawled, and I don't know that it's, I think it could be a ring dish. The surface isn't. I just pulled the next shelf. It looks so good. Hold on, I'm gonna flip you around. Look at my pumpkin. Oh, they look so good. And my cup looks cool too. Some more ghosts. Oh, I'm excited. So I have not made pumpkins before, and wow, I'm gonna have to go back over what I did on these. Look. So yeah, I mean, I believe this is pumpkin and sorry, not pumpkin, papaya and sunrise, but wow, is that an electric color? I did tangerine on the inside. Oh, those came out better than I was expecting. So yeah, so literally every potter I follow on YouTube has been doing pumpkins and I've been jealous. So I'm like, okay, all right, I followed one of the tutorials. I think I watched Unsus Pottery tutorial on pumpkins and Matthew Kelly's pottery pumpkin tutorial. This one isn't, you're really not seeing how beautiful this one is in person. It's a really, really pretty peach color. And this is green tea on the stem. Yeah, and I like that as a stem color. I think I'll do that again. Ooh. Yeah, I like it better than satin patina. Okay, so this one is, well, it's kind of cool though. Papaya and satin patina. And I know there's another glaze over this one. I think it might be sections of sunrise again, but mostly papaya on this one. And if I didn't say, I believe this one's fuzzy peach. So yeah, using some of Spectrum's new glazes for this. Fuzzy peach, some bits of papaya. Woo. Oh, I have no room for these. I forgot to do the shelf. I got so excited when I saw them. Ooh. So this is a tiger's eye in the inside. And I think I've got tiger's eye and sunrise maybe here. This one definitely came out sort of a spooky white. Oh, these are, I love these. I'm going to keep them all. Can I keep them all? I don't want to sell any of these. I don't have any pumpkins. Why have I never made these before? Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, so I've got, videos showing how I glazed all these, hopefully coming out this week. I have a ton more in this kiln. Hold on, let me make room. Did this actually work? It's kind of spiderwebby, right? What a pain in the butt this cup was to make. It's kind of creepy looking though. This is my stripy tumbler. Yeah. That's cool. Okay. Yeah, the glazes are tangerine and midnight, and it's a long story about how I made that, so I'll leave that for another video. Oh my god, this papaya glaze. Everything that has papaya on it is just magic. I'm gonna have to buy more of this glaze. I hope everybody didn't buy it all out. And these are so fun. Okay. I wonder how much I should sell them for. I'm gonna have to make more now. I know it's like a one of those things where it's been popularized, the jack-o'-lantern candle holder. Mm. Oh, you know what? Is this the one? No, it's not the one. Maybe there's another one down low. I was looking to see if this was the one that had the tangerine glaze with a little bit of other glaze over top, but I believe this is just fuzzy peach with a little bit of sunrise and green tea on the stem. Okay, I knew this was going to run a lot. This is a refire, and it has run a lot, and it has attached its cookie, so that'll require some effort. It did heal the blisters on the outside, though. I had just put a little bit of winter wood here just to kind of make that better. It was originally Val's turquoise, eggplant, a little bit of shipwreck, and I think a teeny bit of light phlox, and it went all over the place. You are not as red as I was hoping, Cup. It's a slightly brownish red. Maybe it's my firing schedule. It makes all reds turn brown. This is Amico's Fire Brick Red over Winter Wood. My liner glaze is white, so you can kind of see that fire brick red over our studio white at the very lip. Just kind of looking to see if that makes it more of a red color. And it kind of does. It's pretty. It's just not a bright, vibrant red. I think I'm probably going to have to mix up my own red just with a red stain to kind of get the vibrance that I'm looking for. All right. It is a black cat. I wasn't lying, guys. I made every Halloween thing I could think of in this kiln load. Oh, my black cats are done painted over with a black envelope when it's greenware stage, and then I scratched out the little eyes in the clay, and then these are just dipped in clear. So one coat of that Mako black envelope is really quite black, so that's just really one layer of that, and I'm getting full saturation, and that's on B-Mix. So oh, they look so cute all together. Okay. Ooh. Okay, this is a witch's hat ring holder so that you can just like put your rings on top. And this one is Coyote's Amethyst, this midnight. And these are all a lot brighter. It's such a cloudy gray day here. I'm trying to get light over here, but it's not really showing up as intense as they are. So this one was Autumn Purple with Midnight. I think the Autumn Purple did a better job of highlighting the texture around the rim. And this is Amico Smoky Merlot. So 3 different purples on 3 different witch hats. I think if we were comparing, Autumn Purple is the winner here. All right, and this is Emerald over Winter Wood with the, you can't see how bright it is. It's like a lime neon green inside of there. It's Victoria green, and the glaze that I call Victoria green is actually Hanson 20x5 recipe with 5% of Victoria green stain in it. Oh, this poor little ghosty has a smudge. He got a smudge on the top of his head. More ghosties. I've got some small ghosts here. Look at the little ghosts and the little kitties sitting on the wearboard together. Oh, those are so cute. Pumpkins. Yay. This was a refire and cool. Interesting result on this refire. So this was just green tea with strontium crystal magic, and I put just it was very matte on the outside. It had one blister. I put just a little bit of winter wood over it, which is also a very matte glaze. So somehow 3 matte glazes created a gloss glaze with this particular firing schedule. That's kind of cool. And no more blisters, so that's good. Here is my creepy luminary. It's got some really subtle color variations in it. It looks pretty cool in person. There's some seaweed in the leaves underneath the midnight glaze, and it looks really cool. I'd like to do sort of a gold edge on the moon. All right, it's the last shelf, and I think I see at least one win. I'm thinking that green cup right there looks pretty cool. I'm not going to make you sit through me pulling all these ghosts again. Okay. Yeah, I love it. That's really cool. Okay. So this is satin patina up to about here, and then white, studio white over top. So the studio white I poured on the inside, and then I just dipped the cup right to about here. I don't see a lot of extra movement on it. It pretty much stayed where it is, but yeah, I really like that. I like the play of glossy and matte together. It's a really nice contrast. Oh, I like that one. I might keep that one. Okay. All right. So this is my first time using Ancient Jasper. It is very dark. This is Amico's Ancient Jasper, and it's got variation, but I feel like you would need to be in the sun to see it. I think a little bit of red here and there. It's midnight on the rim. What do we think? I think it's a nice cup. Obviously I like brighter colors. I go for a lot of pinks, so it wasn't quite what I was expecting. Okay, this one I like. I like this. Okay, this is variegated dove gray with the satin patina. It's kind of the same treatment as the white, only I believe I only went up to here with the satin patina, and then poured the inside and then dipped on the outside. This is even better than the white. That's really pretty in person. And I like that it gave kind of a thick wave right there. Oh, that's winning. Yeah, that's awesome. Happy with Mako's satin patina. Yeah, that was a good purchase. I think that was from Perrin Pottery. Had some satin patina in one of her loads, and I was like, oh, all right, finally I'm going to go buy this. So yes, thank you. Thank you for that. Wow, that's just so pretty. Okay, I keep finding new parts to it. You see? Okay. I love when you find a new glaze and it's so good. This needed more. I think my Desert Sunset just needs more. I don't know. It just went really thin on me. So this is Desert Sunset and satin patina. It's still pretty. It's not really, you can see that it's just kind of thin where they meet. Could have used a very generous globby coat, I think, of the Desert Sunset. It's still a pretty cup, and there's no real flaws per se, but I would have gone heavier. Okay. Well, that's horrible. What is this? What is this? No, I don't know. I think this is birch and cordovan with midnight on the edge, but like, did I forget the light flux or did I just not do enough of it? It's kind of like brown. I don't know. That one just was not as wowie zowie as expected. All right. Seltzer Chan, Vickery OS1 and Vickery OS2, and it has a little teeny bit of curling. It's not bare clay there, it's just the Seltzer Chan showing through, but I wish it wasn't doing that. I might refire it, we'll see. Yeah, I think my Seltzer Chun glaze is too thin. But this is my cauldron mug. It's still a cool cauldron mug. I only made one. Okay, because I wanted to do my cauldron mugs for Halloween, but this was right after the handle video of death. So here we go. I was only wanting to do a single handle after that video. But my cauldron mugs are always really popular. It just takes me so long to make them that I don't often make very many. So maybe I'll do a little mini tutorial if anybody else wants to take over my cauldron mug making. It is a good seller for Halloween for sure. Unicorn horn and cordovan. And I kind of like it. And I kind of don't. I think Audrey Lynn was, from Audrey Lynn Studios, was getting a better result with her firing schedule on this glaze. In places it's really pretty, but overall I feel like it almost has too much happening. Cordovan is such an active glaze. Oh, this is interesting. Ancient Jasper on a dark clay. That's the Laguna 70 clay that I I'm trying to get rid of. So the inside of this cup is, you can't really see it, but it's definitely showing a lot more variation. So what I did here is this edge has some white on it, and I think probably ancient jasper is going to look a lot better with the studio white as a base coat. I was sort of letting it be by itself on this loaf, but I think going forward, white as a base coat is going to make that look really pretty. My last potion bottle. It's kind of cool. I think it'll look cool with the stopper and with the set. And then my two last pumpkins. This pumpkin has the tangerine glaze on it and a little bit of fuzzy peach over the top. I was expecting possibly some crawling using those two together, but I'm delighted to find that they work together because the tangerine glaze is a glaze that I mix, so I can save some money there and then just use my fuzzy peach sparingly over top. And I'm going to leave the rest of the ghosts in the bottom of the kiln where they belong. No, I'm just kidding, ghosts. You can come out. Thought I'd do my closing thoughts out here where we can see some natural light. I'd love to hear what you thought were the best pieces from this kiln. If you want to leave me a comment, like, and subscribe, it would mean a lot to me. I think these might be my favorites from this kiln opening.